Hello guys, welcome to chapter 10, comparing two populations or groups. Chapter 10 is very similar to that of chapter 9. As its name implies, the only difference is that you're comparing two groups instead of just one group with a statement. For chapter 9, you're kind of verifying if a statement is correct or not, comparing with another statement or the evidences you have. For chapter 10, you're either going to have two distinct groups you're going to compare to see if they're similar, or you're going to have one group that is standard. For example, the pair match design, we're doing something like that, and then compare with another group to see if the other group drift off too much. So if you look at the equations for the confidence interval, it's very similar to what you have seen before. The only difference is that, of course, you have P1 minus P2 instead of the past, you just in the normal P hat, right? So there's not much difference, and the thing is, you're gonna have this part of the equation on your cheat sheet on the AP exam, and the rest you can just pretty much just memorize and figure it out yourself. Z is right here too. Yeah, as you can see, it's very similar to that we've seen before, but be very careful right here because the Z you're using right here, you have PC right here and here instead of P1, P2, because if you think about it, when we're doing the actual test, you'd be like, which one do I put right here? Is it P1 or P2? That's what PC. Just kind of combine. You have the equation right here. It's very important. Just combine them together and actually put it down, and they're gonna be fine. Very similar to what you have seen before. For example, Z in the past it would be minus something, I believe something like this, and then you're gonna have P1 minus P hat. I'm sorry, and then you're gonna over N. So the past have been very much similar. I'm sorry, not this one. There we go. So there it is. Yeah, it's not that much different actually, and it's very easy to memorize. Trust me, guys. You're gonna spend 10 or 20 minutes before the test. You'll be able to memorize it. And now, please excuse the bad quality of the picture, but it is. If you talk to the people who have taken the 2015 AP Stats test, they're gonna tell you that one of the FRQ questions actually this type of question, the two sample Z test for differences, and it's the exact same thing, almost exact same thing, just different wordings, and you're doing pretty much all the same procedures. You're gonna have the new hypothesis, the alternative hypotheses, and but then for this one, the difference is that it's two-sided. Have to be very careful when you read the questions. Once I'm two-sided, it doesn't make a difference when to calculate the p-value, and all the rest, the conditions are pretty much the same: random, normal, and independence. Of course, for the normal, since it's a population, you're gonna do the success and failure, and have to check for both groups of data. And that's the only difference. And when we're doing the do, it's the same procedure. It's just with different equation. You're still plugging your numbers, and you're still using a calculator to actually do the actual calculation. And be careful with the two-sided thing. The graph is like this, and what we're gonna do is P, for example, Z. I'm sorry. You're gonna have the x greater or equal to something, whatever, and they standardize. Equals and they have the actual p-value, which is the area. And now you have the intervals right now. Still for two means. I'm sorry. Excuse the technology thing. So for two, again, very very similar equation as you've seen here. You're also going to have this part of the equation on the cheat sheet, and the rest you can totally memorize it yourself. But just keep in mind right here, since it's a mean, as we talked about before, you're going to have a degree of freedom. So the degree of freedom, you always choose the smallest degree of freedom of the two, actually. You have a degree of freedom for one group of data, the other degree of freedom for the other group of data. You're choosing the smallest one, that's all. You only have two, it's not that hard. And again, please excuse the bad quality of the picture, but this is actually here you go. I just want you to see the state plan do and conclude. Again, very similar. If you actually pay attention right here, this is where you're going to pay attention to the state plan do and conclude. So this the random, normal, independent, pretty much the same. Normal, make sure it's both data are 30, and do, it's a very similar thing. The entire procedure is all the same. So guys, just when doing chapter 10, do not get freaked out. It's the same as chapter 9. All the difference is that you have different equations, and you're just checking more on the condition, a tiny bit more. You're checking both groups into one, but you're checking the same thing, right? And then when you're doing this new alternate hypotheses, instead of doing like something equals something, you're just doing comparing two data, and that's all. They're literally the same. And now the difference, t-test for difference between two means. So this again, like we've seen before, what you had in the past was something like this, right? And now the only difference is that you're gonna just have another value then. The only thing different from the proportion is that this time you're gonna have each data from each group of themselves instead of a PC. You don't have a SC right here. It's just from each group. And degree of freedom is, again, it's smaller than the smallest one of the two groups. And since the procedure is very robust against departures, it's fine if you do not meet all conditions. But again, the test questions usually make sure that they do meet the conditions so that you don't get confused and stuff. Another question, just pause the video and take a second to read the question real quick. I'm just going to move on. And please excuse the quality of the picture again. So this is, I really focus on state plan do and conclude. I just want you guys to see that they're exact same procedure as you would do for the chapter 9, the one sample significance tests. You still have the same state. You just have this numerical value. The algebraic terms, and then plan the normal. Let's see. Well, this is only for me, so you're still checking for 30, independent and random. All that you have seen that all before. And the graphs, actually, many people get confused with the graphs and textbooks. They do give a lot, but as a matter of fact, you don't need them. I'm sorry. That was apparently the last slide. Oopsie. All right. So actually, you do not need these graphs at all. You don't need them. You can, if you're just but just in case, you can say something like, you can just say I checked whatever graph, for example, residual plot or a normal probability plot, that they are the straight line, or they are evenly spread out, that you don't have to actually draw it, because it's a waste of time and you're going to be rushing through the entire test when you're doing the AP exam. So just say it and save some time for yourself, and just pay some attention right here. It's the same procedure. You have to do and conclude, and again, just draw a little normal plot, actually normal graph. Just label it, whatever the thing you do. There goes the P. You have the value. It's very simple. And yeah, I kind of reviewed how short this video is just now, but this is all for chapter 10 because it's very similar to that of chapter 9. And guys, just calm down when you see questions with the two proportions. You have your calculator with you, and just go to the style test. You're gonna do fine. And good luck to you. And I'll see you later. Bye.